Hey everyone, and welcome back to another podcast here on the channel. And today we are going to look at the running backs. After last podcast, we looked at the quarterbacks. Now we got the next position up. So let's take a look at some of the running backs I will be looking into today, and then just some of the others that are worth noting here in this draft. So to start off, the ones I'll be covering today: Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, Katron Allen, Jonah Coleman, Damon Claiborne, Mike Washington Jr., and Robert Henry Jr. Those will be the 7 running backs I'll be covering in today's video. Now, you've got others that are worth noting. You've got Seth McGowan from Kentucky, Emmett Johnson from Nebraska. You've got Nicholas Singleton from Penn State, Le'Veon Moss from A&M, Jam Miller from Alabama, Desmond Reed from Pittsburgh. These are all great players. Also, you have Adam Randall from Clemson, Noah Whittington from Oregon, and C.J. Donaldson from Ohio State. And you can't forget Eli Heidenreich from Navy. So we've got a long list of great running backs in this draft. Potentially, we got a top 15 overall pick, potentially even maybe top 10, even maybe even top 5 if the Tennessee Titans decide to go with Love, or if the Giants even go with Love. That is still a possibility. And then you also potentially got a couple round 2 selections and maybe even round 3 on day 2, and then day 3 there'll be a bunch of running backs taken. But so let's go and dive into the top 7 running backs on my list. So let's go with Jeremiah Love, who is the number 1 overall running back rated in this draft. And of course, the 2 Notre Dame running backs are the top 2, which is actually insane when you think about it. That 2 running backs from the same school are in the top 2 in a draft class. But so let's start with Jeremiah Love. So he does enter this as the true blue chip prospect. He has a elite track speed with a refined, patient version that makes him a home run threat. His campaign was historic last season as he became the first Notre Dame running back to win the Doak Walker Award after rushing for over 1,300 yards and 15 plus touchdowns at a staggering 6.9 yards per carry. Now, scouts do view him as a complete 3-down weapon. He is cited with his natural receiving hands and his improved contact balance. He did force 56 missed tackles last year, which traits as a prime Alvin Kamara or a prime Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, his only real downside is his pass protection. He has work in progress despite his functional size. He can occasionally struggle with his anchor against blitzing linebackers, and because Notre Dame favored rotation early in his career, he hasn't been a bell cow. So in terms of snap volume, like the main guy until this past season, his uncomfortable leadership style, uh, and ability to play through the minor rib and knee issues that he had last year have silenced his questions about toughness. He is a lock for the top 15 in this draft, and it will be a franchise caliber starter from day 1. Next up, we got Jadarian Price. He is overshadowed by Love, but he is considered the number 2 running back in this draft class. He is a tempo-driven runner with smoother hips and perhaps even better vision than Love. He is a master of zone stretch, using his elite anticipation to stack moves and move his body through closing lanes. His versatility is going to be his calling card, as he is tied for the FBS lead with 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns last year with KC Concepcion, and he did average a whopping 37.5 yards per return, making him a day 1 contributor on special teams for any roster. So he will be a dominant special teams player, most likely in the NFL. Now, his concerns on his average burst compared to his elite burners in this class. He is a very shifty. He does lack the raw experience, though, to consistently pull away from NFL caliber pursuit in the open field. He does have a significant Achilles injury in his history from 2022, but he does look fully recovered now. And scouts will be meticulous with his medical checks. So we do know that. Additionally, 3 fumbles near the goal line last year raised some questions about him for his ball security and some high leverage moments. But he does project as a high end rotational back, and he is a very good special teams ace with some starter upside in the offense. All right, at number 3 on the list is going to be Kaytron Allen from Penn State. He is going to be a very good bruiser with high level efficiency. He recently broke the Penn State career rushing record, finishing with over 4,100 yards in his career. He is a no-nonsense runner who excels at pre-snap diagnosis and following his blocks with disciplined patience. He does run with some low center of gravity, and rare contact balance, consistently turning his legs to 3-yard gains into 6-yarders. His 2025 season was his best yet, racking up 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns while proving to be one of the most reliable ball carriers in the country, with near zero turnover issues. His limitation for him is his lack of some breakaway speed. He does have the 40 time in the 4.5, 4.6 range. He is rarely going to outrun a secondary once he hits the second level. Now, he is more of a one-cut grinder, and he may cap his ceiling as a 2-down thumper rather than a dynamic third-round threat. He does lack some elite speed, elite twitch, and has limited production as a pass catcher. And he is currently viewed as a high floor day 2 or an early day 3 pick. And he will be a reliable veteran who can handle around 15 carries a game. Next up is going to be Jonah Coleman at number 4. Coleman is going to be a powerhouse bowling ball of a runner. He was productive across 2 different conferences, and he is incredibly difficult to bring down in the hole, operating as a sort of a slipper who uses his slow stature to hide behind linemen before exploding into the next level. He is a 3-down threat who totaled over 3,000 career rushing yards and nearly 900 receiving yards as well. He is praised by scouts for his high football IQ and his pro-ready pass protection, making him one of the few blocks in the class ready to block NFL blitzes immediately. So the trade-off for his power is his lack of vertical speed, as he is not an outside zone runner who can struggle even forced to bounce plays in the perimeter. Evaluators noted that he has an average burst between the tackles, making him rely heavily on his vision and strength rather than pure athleticism. While he was a finalist for the Paul Hornung Award for his versatility, he projects more of a high-end running back 2 or a situational short yardage specialist in the next level. He will be probably in the day 3 range. Next up, he's going to be Damon Claiborne from Wake Forest. He is the X-Factor speedster of this draft class. He burned a 4.37 40-yard dash at the combine, confirming the blur status he earned in Wake Forest's slow system. He is a creative, shifty runner who thrives in space and possesses elite lateral agility to make defenders miss in the hole. He did finish his career with 30 all-purpose touchdowns, and he does have significant value as a kickoff returner. When the lane opens, he has some true home run speed, so he can just get it right down the field. But he is a scheme-dependent prospect. He struggled at times when the offensive line play was inconsistent, and his finesse style does not always translate to success in cluttered interior NFL boxes. There are concerns about his pass protection and overall receiving polish, as he was mostly used on sample screens and checkdowns rather than a full route tree. All right, now we've reached the bonus two. We've reached Robert Henry Jr. Robert Henry is a classic one-cut-and-go sleeper. After a productive stint at UTSA, including a dominant performance against Texas A&M, he solidified his reputation as an underrated downhill runner. He possesses long speed for his frame and an aggressive hit-the-hole mentality. He finished his career with nearly 2,400 yards and 27 touchdowns, proving he can handle a heavy workload. His acceleration off his first cut is what props on film, and catching safeties off guard with how quickly he reaches top gear. So the jump from the AAC to the NFL will be a touch of his vision, as scouts have noted that his zone running instincts can be hit or miss. He occasionally missed hot cutback lanes by being too eager to get from north to south, and his pass production is currently a liability, in his limited production as a pass catcher suggests he might be a two-down back at the next level. If he can refine his decision-making in the open field, he has the physical tools to be a day three steal who surprises as a rotational contributor. And then finally, we got Mike Washington. He spent his college career through three conferences, finishing at the SEC. He is the physical freak of his class. He averaged 6.4 points per carry and earned all SEC honors. He is an opposing figure who ran an official 4.33 40-yard dash with a terrifying combination of his size and speed. He is a glider in the open field who can simply outrun angles that most backs his size he shouldn't be able to. His 39-inch vertical and 10'8" broad jump further highlight his rare athleticism. Now, the red flag with him is his consistency and feel for the game. Despite his physical gifts, he can be a step slow to trigger when a hole opens, and he sometimes lacks the aggressive mentality his size would suggest for finishing. Ball security has also been an issue over the last two seasons, which is also a deal breaker for coaches in the NFL. He is a high variance prospect. If a team can coach up his aggressiveness and fits the fumbling issues, they would have a superstar in him. Otherwise, he does risk for being an all-trade, no production piece in the NFL. So, guys, that is the running back for a deep dive here today. Hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe, and peace.